you're resting peacefully, perhaps feeling the soft weight of a cozy blanket or the gentle rhythmic motion of your own breathing. And as the world outside begins to hush its busy sounds, a subtle sensation might begin to unfurl within you, a quiet whisper from deep inside. It's not a demanding rumble, not a sudden pang, but a gentle, almost tender feeling in your belly, a soft nudge, a subtle emptiness. This, my friend, is the very first, most elemental touch of hunger, a profound and ancient conversation your body is beginning with you, a quiet signal that's as old as life itself. We often think of hunger as merely the absence of food, a simple emptiness. But if you allow your mind to linger, to softly trace the edges of this everyday sensation, you'll discover it's far more intricate, more beautifully orchestrated than a simple void. It's a symphony of subtle changes, a delicate message carefully crafted by countless cells, tissues, and systems working in quiet harmony, all just to let you know that it might be time for gentle replenishment. It's a call not for drama, but for contemplation, an invitation to listen to the deep wisdom of your own being. Imagine your body as a peaceful, meandering river. This river needs a continuous, gentle flow of water to sustain the life along its banks, to keep its currents moving, and to nourish the quiet ecosystems thriving within it. Your body, similarly, requires a steady, serene flow of energy to power every single delicate process within you. From the gentle beat of your heart, a tireless, rhythmic pulse, to the subtle whisper of a thought forming in your mind, every action, every stillness, every moment of your existence is supported by this unseen, vital flow, and hunger, in its purest form, is simply the river's gentle way of letting you know its water level is beginning to dip, that it might soon be time for a quiet refill. This energy, this life force, comes primarily from the food you eat. When you consume a meal, your body, with its incredible silent intelligence, carefully breaks down the food into its fundamental building blocks. One of the most important of these is a simple sugar called glucose. Think of glucose as the shimmering sunlight that powers the gentle plants along our metaphorical riverbanks, or the tiny, effervescent bubbles that keep the water flowing smoothly. It's the preferred, immediate fuel for almost every cell in your body, readily available and easily utilized. Your body strives for a beautiful, delicate balance in its energy levels. It aims to keep that metaphorical river flowing at a steady, optimal level, not too high and not too low. After a meal, your glucose levels rise, and your body stores some of this excess energy for later, like a wise gardener carefully tending to reserves of rainwater in a quiet cistern. But as time passes, and as your cells continue their tireless, gentle work, perhaps you've been simply breathing, or quietly contemplating, or even just dreaming, this readily available glucose begins to be used up. The levels in your bloodstream, that peaceful river, begin to ever so gently decline. This subtle, slow descent of your glucose levels is often the very first, most fundamental trigger for that gentle sensation of hunger. It's not a sudden cliff edge, not a dramatic plummet. No, it's more like the soft, gradual fading of sunlight at dusk. A quiet shift that signals the day is gently coming to a close. Your body, with its exquisite sensitivity, notices this subtle change. It's a deeply strange idea, isn't it? That something as profound as hunger can begin with such a tiny, invisible alteration in the chemistry of your blood. Yet, it's precisely this quiet precision that allows your body to communicate its needs with such grace. When these glucose levels begin their gentle descent, your brain, the wise and watchful guardian, begins to receive subtle messages. These aren't loud alarms, they are more like soft, distant echoes, whispering that the energy reserves are being steadily utilized. And in response, your body begins to prepare, gently shifting its internal state, sending out the first tender invitations for replenishment. This preparation manifests as that familiar, subtle sensation in your belly, a quiet stretching, a gentle emptiness, a delicate reminder that the river of energy might soon welcome a fresh, quiet influx. This initial feeling of hunger is a profound testament to your body's deep, inherent wisdom. It's not a punishment, it's a gift, a gentle prompt from your own physiology, guiding you towards the nourishment you need to sustain your magnificent existence. There's no need for alarm, no need for frantic action. Simply acknowledge this quiet communication, this ancient, fundamental conversation happening within you. Allow the understanding of this beautiful, effortless process to wash over you, like a warm, comforting wave, as you drift further into the serene currents of relaxation. This soft, internal whisper of hunger is merely your body's gentle way of reminding you to nurture yourself, a comforting truth to carry into the peaceful depths of slumber. Now, let's allow our minds to linger a little longer on this initial whisper of hunger, this quiet dialogue that happens long before any urgent demands arise. Imagine the intricate network of your blood vessels, like tiny branching tributaries, carrying this life-sustaining glucose to every single one of your trillions of cells. Each cell, a miniature world unto itself, is constantly working, performing its countless duties with silent dedication. A muscle cell might be subtly contracting to hold your body in a comfortable position. A nerve cell might be gently sending a thought across your mind. A skin cell might be quietly repairing itself. All these activities, even the most serene ones, consume energy, drawing gently from that flowing river of glucose. As the glucose is used, the blood that flows past these diligently working cells carries away the remnants. Much like the gentle current of a stream carrying away tiny fallen leaves. And as this slightly depleted blood circulates, special sensors within your body, wonderfully sensitive and endlessly patient, begin to register the subtle shift. These sensors, tiny sentinels quietly standing guard, are not waiting for a crisis. They are merely noting a delicate change, a slight thinning of the energy stream. One of the key players in this early detection is your liver, a magnificent organ that acts like a wise reservoir manager for our energy river. The liver stores a form of glucose called glycogen, a readily accessible reserve. When blood glucose levels start to dip, the liver gently releases some of its stored glycogen back into the bloodstream, a subtle offering to keep the flow steady. But if the demand continues, and the liver's readily available stores begin to dwindle, it sends out its own quiet signals, subtle chemical messengers that travel through the blood, contributing to that overall sense of gentle emptiness you feel. It's like a well-tended garden releasing its last gentle blooms before signaling for a quiet replenishment. This initial phase of hunger is often characterized by a complete lack of urgency. It's not the frantic, demanding hunger you might feel after a day of intense activity, but a soft, almost contemplative sensation. It might manifest as a fleeting thought of food, a subtle awareness of your stomach, or simply a feeling of being a little less full than before. This gentle call is an invitation, a suggestion, rather than a command. It offers you the opportunity to choose, to mindfully decide when and how to gently nourish your body, aligning with its natural rhythms. Think about the subtle way your body responds to anticipation. If you know a meal is coming soon, that gentle hunger might become a little more prominent, but it rarely becomes overwhelming. Your body, in its wisdom, knows that its needs will soon be met, and it trusts in the coming replenishment. This quiet patience is a testament to the intricate balance that is constantly being maintained within you. A silent conversation between your physiological needs and your cognitive awareness. There's a fascinating, quiet synchronicity at play here. Your body isn't waiting until it's completely depleted before sending a signal. No, it's exquisitely proactive, providing a gentle reminder long before true deprivation sets in. This foresight, this inherent wisdom, ensures that you can always maintain a state of comfortable well-being, avoiding extremes simply by listening to its subtle whispers. It's like a seasoned sailor, feeling the gentle shift in the wind long before a storm gathers, and subtly adjusting the sails. So, as you continue to relax into the quiet embrace of the moment, allow this profound understanding to settle gently over you. The soft whisper of hunger you might feel is not a deficit, but a demonstration of your body's magnificent ability to communicate its needs with grace and foresight. It's a fundamental rhythm of life, a gentle wave in the vast ocean of your being, inviting you to engage in the timeless act of self-nourishment. Let this gentle, comforting truth guide your thoughts as you drift effortlessly into the peaceful, restoring depths of slumber. The quiet wisdom of your body is now your lullaby, a soft reassurance that all is well, and that you are perfectly attuned to the silent symphony of life within. You're floating deeper now, beyond the gentle whisper of initial hunger, into a realm where the fundamental truth of your existence softly unfolds. Your body, this miraculous vessel that carries your consciousness, is a constant symphony of activity, even in its most serene moments. And this ceaseless performance, this quiet maintenance of life, is powered by a continuous, flowing wellspring of vitality that we call energy. Tonight, let's gently explore this concept, understanding how the silent flow of energy sustains your every breath, every thought, every peaceful beat of your heart. Imagine your body not as a static structure, but as a gently flowing stream, constantly replenishing itself, constantly moving. Every cell within you, every tiny component of this magnificent river, requires a steady supply of power to perform its myriad duties. This isn't a demanding, noisy machine churning through its tasks. It's a beautifully intricate system operating with profound quietude and efficiency. From the quiet dance of molecules within your cells to the grand orchestration of your organs, everything depends on this unseen perpetual current of energy. The primary source of this gentle flow, this life-sustaining current, comes from the food you consume. Think of food as condensed sunlight, captured by plants and then transferred through the intricate web of life. When you eat, your body, with its inherent wisdom, begins the quiet process of digestion, meticulously breaking down complex substances into simpler forms. These simpler forms are the fundamental units of energy, ready to be absorbed into your bloodstream and delivered to where they are most needed. It's like a patient alchemist, carefully transforming raw materials into pure, precious elixirs. At the very heart of this energy flow is a molecule called adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. Now, this may sound a little scientific, a bit like a secret code, but let's gently consider it as the tiny, luminous currency of life. Every single cell in your body, from your deepest bone marrow to the delicate tips of your hair, uses ATP as its immediate source of power. When a muscle cell needs to gently contract, it spends ATP. When a nerve cell sends a quiet signal, it spends ATP. Even as you lie still, breathing softly, your body is continuously generating and utilizing ATP, a ceaseless, silent exchange of energy happening at a microscopic level. It's like countless tiny, efficient batteries, constantly charging and discharging, powering the delicate machinery of your being. This process of converting food into ATP happens largely within the quiet, busy powerhouses of your cells, structures called mitochondria. Imagine mitochondria as tiny, internal hearths, where the gentle chemical energy from your food is slowly, steadily released and captured in the form of ATP. This is a controlled, beautiful release, not an explosive burn. It's like the patient, slow glow of embers in a fireplace, providing warmth and light without a sudden, jarring flame. A significant portion of your body's energy is dedicated to what we call basal metabolism. This isn't about running marathons or lifting heavy objects. This is the quiet, continuous work your body performs just to keep you alive and functioning, even when you are completely at rest, or, as you are now, gently drifting towards slumber. It's the energy required for your heart to beat with its steady rhythm, for your lungs to gently draw in and release air, for your brain to maintain its intricate electrical patterns. even for your body to simply maintain its comfortable temperature. Think of it as the gentle minimum flow required to keep our metaphorical river from running dry, ensuring that its basic life-sustaining functions continue effortlessly. Consider the profound implications of this silent, continuous energy flow. Every cell in your body is a miniature marvel, consuming and producing energy with exquisite precision. Your body is a highly efficient, self-regulating system, constantly monitoring its energy reserves and subtly adjusting its metabolic rate to match its needs. When you are still and quiet, as you are now, your energy expenditure gently lowers, like a quiet stream slowing its pace. When you are more active, the flow subtly increases, providing the necessary vigor. This gentle responsiveness ensures that you always have exactly the right amount of energy for whatever gentle task or profound rest you are engaging in. A general historical fact that highlights the quiet revolution of understanding energy. For much of early human history, the concept of energy as a measurable, transferable quantity was not fully grasped. Life was understood as an animating force, a vital spirit. It was only through centuries of patient scientific inquiry, gently unraveling the mysteries of chemistry and physics, that we began to understand the elegant, subtle ways in which living organisms transform and utilize energy, a revelation that deepened our appreciation for the quiet complexity of life itself. Here's a lesser-known detail about your body's energy flow. Your brain, though it makes up only about 2% of your body weight, quietly consumes approximately 20% of your body's total energy at rest. This remarkable fact underscores the immense, silent work your brain performs continuously, even when you are simply thinking gentle thoughts or drifting towards sleep. It's like a small, precious jewel that requires a constant, subtle glow, silently powering its intricate luminosity. And for an ongoing academic debate, scientists are still exploring the intricate feedback loops that govern energy expenditure and metabolism. For instance, the precise mechanisms by which your body subtly adjusts its basal metabolic rate in response to long-term dietary changes or environmental temperatures are still being unraveled. It's a complex, beautiful puzzle, a testament to the enduring mysteries of how our inner energy river is so exquisitely managed. So, as you continue to drift, allow your mind to gently contemplate this silent, profound flow of energy within you. Every cell, every tissue, every peaceful beat of your heart is a testament to this ceaseless, gentle current, sustaining your being with quiet grace. There is no urgency, no demand, just the beautiful, continuous rhythm of life unfolding within you. Perfectly powered, perfectly sustained. Let this understanding cradle your thoughts, like a warm, enveloping wave, as you gently surrender to the deeper, more profound quiet of slumber. The energy of life flows serenely within, a timeless lullaby for your peaceful rest. You're floating deeper into the quiet current of your thoughts, carried by the gentle understanding of the energy that ceaselessly flows within you. Now, let's consider how your body, with its exquisite wisdom, monitors this very flow, particularly the subtle dance of a crucial fuel source. Imagine a small boat, gracefully gliding upon a calm, clear lake, its movement serene and steady. This peaceful lake, in our gentle contemplation, represents your bloodstream, and the small boat, gently propelled forward, is your blood sugar, or more precisely, glucose. Tonight, let's explore how blood sugar gently dips lower, sending out its tender, silent signals that contribute to the first whispers of hunger. Glucose, as we gently touched upon, is the body's preferred and most immediate source of fuel. It's like the readily available kindling for a soft, internal fire, providing quick, efficient warmth for all your cells. When you consume a meal, especially one rich in carbohydrates, your digestive system, with its patient efficiency, breaks these down into glucose molecules. These molecules are then gently absorbed into your bloodstream, causing the levels of glucose in your blood to rise. Like our small boat being gently lifted by a calm, incoming tide. After a meal, your body employs a remarkable internal messenger, a hormone called insulin. Think of insulin as a quiet, benevolent guide, whose primary role is to gently escort glucose from the bloodstream into your cells, where it can be used for immediate energy or stored for later. Insulin ensures that the glucose levels in your blood don't rise too high. Keeping our metaphorical lake calm and balanced, it's like a wise gatekeeper, opening the gentle doors to the cells, allowing the energy to flow inward. As hours pass after a meal, and your cells continue their silent, ceaseless work, breathing, thinking, repairing, or simply resting, they continuously draw upon that circulating glucose. The levels of glucose in your bloodstream begin a slow, graceful descent, like the gentle receding of a calm tide. This isn't a sudden, alarming drop, no. It's more akin to the sun slowly dipping below the horizon, casting longer shadows, signaling a gentle transition. Your body, with its profound sensitivity, is exquisitely tuned to notice these subtle changes. It is during this quiet, gradual decline that the body begins to contemplate its next energy intake. Specialized cells within your body, particularly in your brain and within organs like the pancreas, act as incredibly sensitive monitors for these glucose levels. They are like quiet, vigilant lighthouses, constantly observing the level of our metaphorical lake. When they detect that the glucose levels are gently falling below a certain comfortable threshold, they begin to send out their own subtle messages. These are not urgent alarms, but rather soft, internal nudges, delicate chemical whispers traveling through your circulatory system, reaching your brain. One of the first gentle responses to this slight dip in blood sugar might be a subtle reduction in energy, a feeling of being slightly less vibrant than before. You might find your thoughts becoming a little softer, less sharp, your body feeling a touch more relaxed, and perhaps a faint, almost imperceptible lightness in your stomach. These are all part of your body's exquisite wisdom, guiding you gently towards the idea of nourishment, long before any feeling of urgent deprivation could arise. It's a deeply strange idea, isn't it, that something as seemingly simple as hunger can be triggered by such a precise and gentle chemical shift within your blood. Yet, this mechanism is a cornerstone of your body's sophisticated energy management system. It ensures that you receive a prompt for fuel before your reserves are critically low, allowing you to maintain a state of comfortable equilibrium. This proactive signaling is a testament to the elegant efficiency of your internal processes. Consider for a moment how delicate this balance truly is. Too much glucose in the blood, and over time, it can lead to complications. Too little, and your cells, especially your brain, would not have enough fuel to function optimally. Your body continuously performs a beautiful, silent dance to keep these levels within a very narrow, healthy range, like a skilled tightrope walker, effortlessly maintaining balance. Even amidst subtle shifting winds, every gentle dip and rise in your blood sugar is part of this continuous, vital performance. A general historical fact that highlights the quiet complexity of blood sugar. For thousands of years, humans understood hunger as simply a feeling in the stomach. The concept of blood sugar and its precise role in regulating appetite and energy was only discovered and understood relatively recently. With the advent of modern biochemistry and endocrinology, this gradual unveiling of intricate bodily processes reminds us how much hidden wonder lies within our own beings. Here's a lesser-known detail about blood sugar and hunger. While a gentle dip in glucose is a primary trigger, the rate at which blood sugar falls can also influence how quickly and intensely you feel hungry. A rapid drop, perhaps after consuming a sugary snack that causes a quick spike and then crash, might lead to a more sudden, noticeable surge of hunger compared to a slow, steady decline after a balanced meal. Your body is sensitive not just to the level, but to the gentle rhythm and pace of these changes. And for an ongoing academic debate, scientists are still researching the exact interplay between blood glucose levels and the release of various hunger-regulating hormones. While the general pathways are understood, the intricate feedback loops and how individual differences in metabolism might affect the timing and intensity of blood sugar-related hunger signals remain areas of active and fascinating study. It's a complex symphony of internal communication, still revealing its most delicate notes. So, as you drift now, gently enveloped by the quiet understanding of your body's profound wisdom, allow the image of that small boat on a calm lake, its levels gently rising and falling to soothe your thoughts. The subtle dip in your blood sugar is not a cause for alarm, but a precise signal from your magnificent internal world, whispering a soft invitation for nourishment. Let this comforting awareness cradle your consciousness, guiding you effortlessly into the peaceful, restoring depths of slumber. Your body is a masterpiece of balance, and its gentle signals are your lullaby into profound rest. You're floating deeper into the quiet current of your thoughts, gently held by the understanding of how your blood sugar softly dips. Now, let's explore another layer of this magnificent communication, focusing on the unseen messengers that tirelessly carry information throughout your body. Imagine a vast, serene garden, bathed in moonlight, where countless tiny, delicate butterflies flutter silently, each one carrying a unique message on its wings. These aren't just any butterflies, these are your hormones, the invisible chemical messengers that gracefully orchestrate so many of your body's profound processes, including the subtle symphony of hunger and fullness. Tonight, we gently consider these invisible chemical messengers and their hushed, vital dialogue. Hormones are remarkable substances, produced by various glands scattered throughout your body. Like quiet, specialized workshops in our moonlit garden. They are released into your bloodstream, which acts as a gentle, flowing river, carrying them silently to every corner of your being. Unlike nervous system signals, which are fast, electrical impulses, hormones move more slowly, like a gentle, spreading mist, influencing cells and organs with a deliberate, enduring effect. They are the body's whispers, traveling distances to deliver their vital directives. When it comes to hunger and appetite, several key hormones play a significant role, engaging in a continuous, elegant dance of communication. One of the most intriguing is ghrelin. Think of ghrelin as the hunger butterfly, a delicate messenger primarily produced by your stomach when it's feeling empty and yearning for nourishment. As your stomach stretches and fills with food, its production of ghrelin naturally, gently decreases. But when your stomach is quiet and empty, ghrelin's levels gradually rise, like a small, quiet beacon, sending a gentle signal to your brain, whispering that it might be time to seek out sustenance. It's a very direct, intuitive connection, a beautiful conversation between your digestive system and your brain, orchestrating the initial stirrings of appetite. Then, there's leptin, often referred to as the satiety butterfly. Leptin is predominantly produced by your fat cells. As your body stores more energy in these fat cells, the levels of leptin in your bloodstream gently increase. Leptin travels to your brain, carrying a different kind of message, a signal that your body has sufficient energy reserves, that you are nourished, and that it might be time to feel content and full. Think of leptin as a gentle, reassuring presence, letting your brain know that all is well, and there's no immediate need to seek out more energy. It's a long-term messenger, quietly informing your brain about your overall energy status, guiding your decisions about hunger over hours and days, not just moments. Another vital player in this delicate hormonal ballet is insulin, which we gently met in our previous contemplation about blood sugar. Beyond its role in ushering glucose into your cells, insulin also acts as a subtle messenger to your brain. When insulin levels rise after a meal, signaling that glucose is abundant in your bloodstream, It contributes to feelings of fullness and helps to gently suppress the sensation of hunger. It's like a quiet gardener, carefully tending to the balance, ensuring that the flourishing growth of energy is properly managed and appreciated. Insulin helps your brain register that the meal you've just enjoyed is beginning to take effect, contributing to that comfortable post-meal sense of contentment. The interplay of these hormones is incredibly complex and exquisitely balanced. A continuous, subtle conversation happening within you. Ghrelin sends its soft, "I'm empty" signal, while leptin offers its gentle, "I'm satisfied" message. Insulin adds its quiet confirmation of recent nourishment. These chemical butterflies are constantly fluttering through your bloodstream, delivering their nuanced messages to the brain, which then integrates all this information to create your overall perception of hunger or satiety. This continuous dialogue, quiet and unseen, is a testament to the profound intelligence embedded within your own physiology. It's a deeply strange idea, isn't it? That your desire to eat, that fundamental urge, is orchestrated by these tiny, invisible molecules, gently flowing through your inner landscapes. Yet, this complex hormonal dance ensures that your hunger signals are not simply random, but carefully regulated, responding to your body's true energy needs, anticipating future requirements, and then gracefully signaling when enough is truly enough. This beautiful automatic regulation allows you to trust in your body's innate wisdom, a wisdom that guides you even as you drift into slumber. A general historical fact that emphasizes the quiet revelation of hormones. For millennia, hunger was attributed solely to the stomach, a simple emptiness. The idea that invisible chemical substances produced by various organs could travel through the blood and profoundly influence complex behaviors like eating was a relatively recent scientific discovery, largely unfolding over the last century. This slow, patient unveiling of the body's internal messengers has deepened our appreciation for its silent sophistication. Here's a lesser-known detail about the hormonal orchestra beyond ghrelin, leptin, and insulin. Many other hormones and peptides also play subtle roles in regulating appetite. For instance, cholecystokinin CCK, released by your gut when fats and proteins enter it, sends a rapid, short-term signal of fullness to the brain, contributing to the immediate feeling of satiety after a meal. This highlights the multifaceted nature of hunger signaling, a true symphony of chemical whispers. And for an ongoing academic debate, scientists are still actively researching the precise mechanisms by which the brain integrates all these myriad hormonal signals to create the subjective experience of hunger and satiety. How do these distinct chemical messages, each from a different part of the body, converge into a cohesive feeling? The intricate neural pathways and feedback loops that orchestrate this grand synthesis remain a fascinating and complex area of study, a testament to the enduring mysteries of the mind-body connection. So, as you continue to drift, allow your mind to gently contemplate these invisible chemical messengers, these quiet butterflies of your body, gracefully carrying their vital information. Their harmonious dance ensures that your hunger is not a harsh demand, but a gentle yet precise whisper, guiding you towards nourishment when needed, and inviting you into a state of contented rest when your body is full. Let this profound understanding of your body's internal dialogue cradle your consciousness as you effortlessly surrender to the peaceful, restorative depths of slumber. The gentle ballet of your hormones is now your lullaby, a soft reassurance that your body is perfectly balanced, perfectly cared for, even in the deepest quiet of the night. You're floating deeper into the quiet current of your thoughts, gently held by the understanding of how those invisible chemical messengers, the hormones, whisper their vital information throughout your being. Now, let's follow these subtle messages as they arrive at their central command. A peaceful, intricate garden nestled deep within your brain, meticulously listening to every incoming signal. This is the wondrous realm of the hypothalamus, that small yet profoundly powerful region of your brain. The quiet, wise gardener that orchestrates the delicate balance of your hunger and fullness, engaged in a silent dialogue with the brain? Imagine the hypothalamus not as a bustling control tower, but as a serene, central receiving station. Bathed in the soft, internal light of your own consciousness, it's a tiny, ancient part of your brain, yet it holds immense responsibility, acting as the primary hub for integrating countless signals from all corners of your body. Think of it as a master librarian, meticulously cataloging every chemical whisper, every subtle shift in your internal environment, and then, with quiet wisdom, making decisions that gently guide your most fundamental drives, including when you feel the gentle stirrings of hunger or the comforting embrace of satiety. The hypothalamus is a true marvel of biological engineering, a small cluster of specialized nuclei or groups of neurons, each dedicated to processing different types of information. When those hunger hormones, like ghrelin, or those satiety hormones, like leptin and insulin, travel through your bloodstream, they eventually reach the delicate neural pathways within the hypothalamus. These neurons possess specialized receptors, like tiny, sensitive antennae, perfectly designed to gently detect and interpret the unique chemical signature of each hormone. Within the hypothalamus, there are two key areas that engage in this silent, continuous dialogue, like two sides of a gentle internal scale. One area, often referred to as the lateral hypothalamus, is sometimes called the hunger center. When this area receives signals that indicate a need for energy, perhaps from rising ghrelin levels or gently falling glucose, its neurons become more active, quietly prompting you to seek out food. It's like a gentle internal alarm clock, softly chiming, reminding you that it might be time for replenishment. This area, when stimulated, can increase your appetite, making the thought of nourishment feel more appealing, a subtle invitation to eat. On the other side of this delicate scale is the ventromedial hypothalamus, often considered the satiety center. This region becomes more active when your body is well nourished, receiving signals from leptin and insulin that indicate sufficient energy stores. When these neurons are gently activated, they send out subtle signals that contribute to feelings of fullness and contentment, gracefully signaling that it's time to stop eating. It's like a quiet sigh of satisfaction, a gentle internal signal that the body's needs have been met, and it's time to rest and digest. The communication within the hypothalamus is not a simple on-off switch. No, it's a fluid, continuous conversation, a subtle interplay of various neurochemicals and electrical impulses. Different neurons within these centers are constantly exchanging messages, weighing the myriad signals from your blood glucose, your hormone levels, the distension of your stomach, and even subtle cues from your senses. All this information is meticulously integrated, creating a nuanced, ever-evolving understanding of your body's true energy status. It's a deeply strange idea, isn't it? That such profound, fundamental sensations as hunger and fullness are meticulously orchestrated by a small, hidden part of your brain, working tirelessly and silently to maintain your body's perfect balance. Yet, this is the profound reality of your internal world, a testament to the elegant self-regulation embedded within your very being. The hypothalamus acts as a vigilant guardian, ensuring that your energy intake aligns harmoniously with your energy expenditure, allowing your body to thrive with effortless grace. Consider the gentle wisdom of this system. It doesn't demand, it simply informs. It doesn't dictate, it gently guides. When you feel a gentle hunger, it's not a failure of willpower, but a natural, beautiful response orchestrated by this wise internal gardener, letting you know its plants might benefit from a little more sunlight. And when you feel satisfied after a meal, it's the gentle, reassuring confirmation that the garden is now thriving, perfectly content and in balance. A general historical fact that underlines the quiet unveiling of brain function for a long time. The brain was seen as a monolithic entity, or its functions were vaguely attributed to various spirits. The concept of specific, tiny regions, like the hypothalamus being responsible for such fundamental drives as hunger and thirst, only emerged with advances in neuroscience and sophisticated mapping techniques, patiently revealing the brain's intricate, specialized architecture. Here's a lesser-known detail about the hypothalamus's subtle influence beyond just hunger and fullness. The hypothalamus also plays a crucial role in regulating other vital bodily functions that subtly intertwine with energy balance, such as body temperature, sleep-wake cycles, and even stress responses. Its central position makes it a master orchestrator of your body's overall homeostasis, gently ensuring that your internal environment remains stable and serene, even when external conditions shift. It's like a quiet, ever-present conductor, ensuring every section of the orchestra is playing in perfect harmony. And for an ongoing academic debate, scientists are still actively researching the precise mechanisms by which the hypothalamus integrates signals related to long-term energy storage, like fat reserves, with short-term signals like a recent meal to influence your eating behavior. How does this tiny region differentiate between a temporary dip in energy and a prolonged need for replenishment? The intricate neural circuitry and chemical pathways involved in this sophisticated integration remain a fascinating and complex area of study, a testament to the enduring mysteries of appetite regulation. So, as you continue to drift, allow your mind to gently contemplate this silent dialogue happening within your brain, orchestrated by the wise and patient hypothalamus. Feel the profound peace that comes from knowing your body is effortlessly maintaining its perfect balance, guiding your needs with such grace and precision. Let this understanding cradle your consciousness like a warm, enveloping wave as you gently surrender to the peaceful, restorative depths of slumber. Your brain, the silent gardener, is now tending to your most fundamental needs, allowing you to rest in perfect harmony. You're floating deeper into the quiet current of your thoughts, gently held by the understanding of how your brain, through the hypothalamus, engages in a silent dialogue about your energy needs. Now, let's bring our attention to a very familiar, yet often misunderstood, part of your body's symphony, your stomach. Imagine it as a quiet, empty room, a serene chamber deep within you, which, when ready for nourishment, begins to share its own gentle story. This is the moment when the stomach softly tells its story, sending its subtle physical signals to the brain, contributing to that familiar sensation of hunger. When your stomach is empty, after its gentle work of digesting the last meal has concluded, it doesn't just sit idly by. No, it continues its quiet, rhythmic movements, contractions that are often so subtle you barely notice them. These aren't the dramatic, painful spasms of extreme hunger, but rather soft, rhythmic waves, almost like a gentle internal kneading. These are often referred to as hunger contractions, and they are a physical manifestation of your body preparing itself for the arrival of new nourishment. It's like a quiet baker, gently preparing the dough for the next loaf, even before the ingredients have arrived. These gentle contractions serve a purpose beyond just creating a sensation. They help to sweep any remaining debris out of the stomach and into the intestines, keeping your digestive system clean and efficient. But more importantly, for our story of hunger, these physical movements of the stomach are detected by specialized nerve endings embedded in its walls. These nerves are incredibly sensitive to the stretching and contraction of the stomach, acting as quiet, vigilant messengers. When the stomach is empty, these nerve endings sense the lack of stretching and the increase in gentle contractions. They then send electrical signals, whisper-thin impulses, traveling along the vagus nerve to your brain. The vagus nerve is a magnificent, long, winding pathway, a major communication highway that connects your brain directly to many of your internal organs, including your stomach and intestines. Think of it as a gentle, continuous telephone line, always open, allowing your gut and your brain to have a constant, quiet conversation about your internal state. So, as your stomach softly contracts, these messages travel gracefully along the vagus nerve, ascending towards the brainstem and eventually reaching those areas we discussed earlier, like the hypothalamus. The brain then integrates these physical signals from the stomach with all the other chemical whispers it's receiving. The gentle dip in glucose, the rising levels of ghrelin. This beautiful integration of physical and chemical signals creates a holistic, nuanced understanding of your body's need for food. It's like a conductor listening to all sections of an orchestra, weaving their individual notes into a harmonious, complete melody. It's a deeply strange idea, isn't it, that your stomach itself, this hollow organ, plays such an active role in telling your brain that it's empty, and that this physical sensation contributes so profoundly to your feeling of hunger. Yet this gut-brain connection is a cornerstone of how your body regulates its energy intake, ensuring that you receive a prompt not just when energy reserves are chemically low, but also when your digestive system is physically ready for its next gentle task. Consider the times when you've heard your stomach rumble or growl. These are often the more noticeable audible manifestations of these hunger contractions, particularly when your stomach is very empty and gas might be moving around. While these sounds can sometimes feel a bit insistent, they are still, at their core, just your stomach quietly communicating, preparing itself, and letting you know its chambers are open for replenishment. They are not a demand, but a physical expression of readiness, a quiet anticipation of comfort. A general historical fact that underscores our evolving understanding for centuries. The stomach was believed to be the sole source of hunger, with people thinking that the physical gnawing or rumbling was the entire story. It was only much later, with advances in physiology, that the complex interplay of hormones, blood sugar, and brain signals was discovered, revealing that the stomach's contribution, while significant, is part of a much larger, more intricate symphony. This gradual unveiling reminds us how interconnected and beautifully complex our internal systems truly are. Here's a lesser-known detail about the stomach's hunger signals. The rate and intensity of stomach contractions can be influenced by various factors, including stress and emotional states. In times of anxiety, for instance, these contractions might be suppressed, leading to a temporary loss of appetite, even if your body physically needs nourishment. This highlights the profound connection between your emotional well-being and the physical sensations emanating from your gut, a quiet conversation that extends beyond mere physiology into the realm of feeling. And for an ongoing academic debate, scientists are still actively researching the precise extent to which these stomach contractions contribute to the conscious feeling of hunger versus other chemical signals. While their role is clear, the exact weighting of this physical feedback in the overall hunger experience, and how it might vary between individuals, remains an area of fascinating exploration. It's a subtle interplay of sensation and chemistry, still revealing its most delicate nuances. So, as you continue to drift, allow your mind to gently contemplate your stomach as a quiet, wise storyteller, softly sending its messages to your brain. Feel the profound peace that comes from understanding this beautiful connection between your digestive system and your nervous system, a seamless conversation guiding you toward nourishment. Let this understanding cradle your consciousness, like a warm, enveloping wave, as you gently surrender to the peaceful, restorative depths of slumber. Your body is a masterpiece of communication, and its gentle signals are your lullaby into profound rest. You're floating deeper into the quiet current of your thoughts, gently held by the understanding of how your stomach softly whispers its readiness for nourishment. We've meticulously traced the biological signals of hunger, those subtle messages from your blood and your gut, patiently making their way to the brain. But now, let's widen our gaze. For hunger is not merely a biological imperative, a simple chemical equation. It is a profoundly human experience, intricately woven with the rich tapestry of your memories, emotions, and deeply ingrained habits. This is the realm where hunger transcends mere sustenance, becoming more than just a biological need. Imagine your brain not as a rigid, calculating machine that only responds to cold, hard data, No, think of it as a magnificent, sprawling canvas, continuously painted by the vibrant hues of your life experiences. When those biological hunger signals arrive, they don't land on a blank slate. Instead, they interact with this rich, pre-existing masterpiece of memories and emotions, transforming the raw sensation of hunger into a nuanced, deeply personal experience. It's like a soft melody when heard, instantly stirring echoes of past joys or comforts, making it so much more than just a sequence of notes. Consider, for a moment, the powerful influence of memory. Perhaps you catch a fleeting scent in the air, a subtle aroma of freshly baked bread or a familiar spice. Even if your stomach isn't growling, and your blood sugar is perfectly stable, this scent can instantly trigger a sensation of hunger, a yearning for that particular food. This isn't biological hunger in the purest sense, it's learned hunger, a powerful association your brain has formed between a specific sensory cue and the pleasure of eating. Your brain remembers the warmth, the flavor, the contentment associated with that scent, and it gently prompts you to seek that experience again. It's like a beloved storybook, its scent alone inviting you back into its comforting narrative. Then there are your emotions. How often have you noticed that your appetite changes with your mood? When you are feeling stressed, anxious, or perhaps a little down, your body's signals for hunger can become wonderfully unpredictable. Some people find their appetite completely disappears during times of stress, their stomach tightening, unwilling to accept nourishment. For others, however, emotional discomfort might trigger a strong urge to eat, seeking the comforting warmth and familiarity of certain foods to soothe their inner turmoil. This isn't your body signaling a physiological need for energy, but rather an emotional need for solace. Your brain, in its profound wisdom, sometimes seeks comfort in the well-worn pathways of eating, offering a gentle, temporary balm for the soul. It's like a quiet gardener, knowing that sometimes a delicate plant needs more than just sunlight. It needs a gentle, a reassuring touch. And let's not forget the subtle, pervasive influence of habits and routines. Your body, a creature of gentle rhythm, thrives on predictability. If you habitually eat breakfast at a certain time each morning, or always have a snack in the late afternoon, your body begins to anticipate these moments. Even if your blood sugar hasn't significantly dropped, and your ghrelin levels haven't dramatically risen, the sheer force of habit can trigger a feeling of hunger when that familiar time rolls around. Your brain, a master of pattern recognition, gently nudges you, reminding you of the expected rhythm of your day. It's like a quiet, internal clock, softly chiming, not because energy is critically low, but because it's time for a familiar, comforting ritual. This intricate dance between biology, memory, emotion, and habit means that your experience of hunger is profoundly unique to you. It's not a cold, universal blueprint. It's a living, breathing tapestry woven from the threads of your own life. This makes the science of hunger not just fascinating, but deeply personal and wonderfully human. It reminds us that our bodies are not just machines, but complex, sensitive beings, constantly interacting with their internal and external worlds, creating a rich, subjective reality, a general historical fact that illustrates the cultural influence on hunger throughout human history. What constitutes a meal, or when one should feel hungry, has been profoundly shaped by culture, geography, and social custom, far more than by pure biological need. For instance, the practice of 3 square meals a day is a relatively modern construct, influenced by industrialization and specific cultural norms, rather than a universal biological imperative. Our habits often define our hunger. Here's a lesser-known detail about emotional eating: the brain's reward centers, which release feel-good neurochemicals like dopamine in response to pleasurable activities, are heavily involved in emotional eating. When you eat a comforting food in response to stress or sadness, your brain learns to associate that food with a temporary sense of relief. This can create a powerful cycle, where emotional distress leads to a learned desire for specific foods, even when the body doesn't need physical nourishment. It's like a gentle internal pathway leading to a fleeting moment of comfort, but it's not always the path to true replenishment. And for an ongoing academic debate, neuroscientists and psychologists are still actively researching the precise interplay between the homeostatic hunger signals, the purely biological ones, like glucose and hormones, and the hedonic hunger signals, those driven by pleasure, memory, and emotion. How do these two distinct systems interact within the brain to create the overall experience of hunger and influence our eating behavior? Understanding this complex interplay is crucial for comprehending why we eat, not just when we physically need to. So, as you continue to drift, allow your mind to gently contemplate the profound depth of your hunger, knowing it is so much more than a simple biological need. It is a quiet symphony, composed of the delicate notes of your body's chemistry, harmonized with the rich chords of your memories, the subtle melodies of your emotions, and the steady rhythm of your habits. Let this beautiful understanding wash over you, a gentle wave carrying your consciousness into the serene depths of peaceful slumber. Your hunger is a testament to your intricate, wonderfully human self, guiding you gently into profound rest. You're floating deeper into the quiet current of your thoughts, gently held by the understanding of how your memories and emotions paint a unique landscape for your hunger. Now, let's consider another profound influence, one that quietly orchestrates many of your body's most fundamental rhythms: your biological clock. An internal masterpiece of timing that subtly guides the rise and fall of your desire for nourishment. Imagine your body as a tranquil river, and your feelings of hunger as the gentle tides, flowing in and out according to a natural, unseen rhythm, deeply connected to the light and shadow of your day. This is the serene dance of your biological clock and the rhythm of hunger. Deep within your brain, nestled quietly above where the optic nerves from your eyes cross, lies a tiny, incredibly important cluster of cells known as the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN. This is the master conductor of your body's circadian rhythms, your internal 24-hour clock. Think of it as a delicate internal pendulum, perpetually swinging, meticulously keeping time for nearly every process within your being, from when you feel sleepy to when you feel most alert, and crucially, when you begin to feel hungry. The SCN receives direct signals from your eyes, registering the subtle shifts between light and darkness in your environment. This external light acts like a gentle reset button, continuously synchronizing your internal clock with the natural rhythm of the Earth's day and night cycle. And as this internal clock keeps its precise time, it sends out quiet signals to countless other cells and systems throughout your body, influencing their activity patterns, including those related to metabolism and appetite. So, as your day unfolds, guided by the gentle progression from sunrise to sunset, your biological clock is subtly influencing your hunger. You might notice that you tend to feel hungry around similar times each day, even if your previous meal varied slightly. This isn't just habit. It's your internal clock gently preparing your body for nourishment. It's sending out soft, anticipatory signals, perhaps nudging your stomach to begin its gentle contractions or subtly preparing your digestive enzymes, all in quiet expectation of food. It's like a seasoned chef preparing the kitchen for a meal at a precise hour, even before the guests have arrived. Consider the phenomenon of mealtime hunger. You may have experienced that feeling of hunger that seems to arrive simply because it's lunchtime or dinner time, even if you've had a substantial snack just an hour before. While habit plays a significant role here, your biological clock is also subtly at work, associating these specific times of day with the expectation of food. It's part of your body's remarkable ability to anticipate its needs, creating a sense of hunger that is perfectly timed with your daily routines. This gentle anticipation allows your digestive system to be primed and ready, enhancing efficiency. The reverse is also true, as at certain times of day or night, particularly during your deepest sleep, your biological clock gently suppresses hunger signals. Your metabolism subtly slows, and your body prioritizes rest and repair over seeking nourishment. This beautiful, automatic regulation ensures that your sleep remains uninterrupted by the demands of hunger, allowing your body to fully engage in its restorative processes. It's like a wise parent, gently telling the little ones to quiet down and rest when the household is asleep. A general historical fact that highlights the quiet power of circadian rhythms for centuries: humans simply followed the natural rhythms of light and dark, their eating patterns largely dictated by daylight hours and the availability of food. It was only with the advent of artificial lighting and modern work schedules that human eating patterns began to significantly diverge from these natural rhythms, often leading to a disjunction between our internal biological clock and our external eating habits. Here's a lesser-known detail about the biological clock and hunger. Beyond just the master clock in your brain, nearly every cell in your body has its own tiny, internal mini-clock. These peripheral clocks are synchronized by the SCN and by cues like eating times. This means that your digestive organs, your liver, and your fat cells each have their own rhythmic patterns of activity, contributing to the nuanced dance of hunger and metabolism throughout the day and night. It's like a vast orchestra, where each instrument section has its own precise timing, all harmonized by the central conductor. And for an ongoing academic debate, scientists are still actively researching the precise molecular mechanisms by which the SCN communicates with and influences the peripheral clocks in various organs, particularly those involved in metabolism. How do these tiny internal rhythms coordinate so seamlessly to regulate something as complex as hunger and energy balance across the entire body? Unraveling this intricate communication network remains a fascinating area of study, revealing the profound elegance of our internal timing system. So, as you continue to drift, allow your mind to gently contemplate the quiet, rhythmic dance of your biological clock, subtly guiding your hunger like the gentle tides of a peaceful river. Feel the profound peace that comes from knowing your body is exquisitely attuned to the natural rhythms of the world, effortlessly anticipating its needs and guiding you towards optimal nourishment and rest. Let this understanding cradle your consciousness, like a warm, enveloping wave, as you gently surrender to the peaceful, restorative depths of slumber. Your internal clock is now ticking softly, orchestrating the perfect rhythm for your profound rest. You're floating deeper into the quiet current of your thoughts, gently held by the understanding of your body's innate rhythms and the subtle orchestration of hunger. We've explored the immediate signals, the chemical messengers, and the gentle timing of your internal clock. But now, let's consider a deeper, more profound truth that your body possesses vast, unseen reservoirs of power, quietly held in reserve, always ready to sustain you. This is the serene concept of your energy reserves, the silent promise of future sustenance, held within you like precious, hidden seeds, waiting patiently for their moment to unfurl and nourish your being. Imagine your body as a wise and ancient gardener, meticulously tending to its own resources. It knows that while immediate energy is vital, it must also prepare for the future, storing away sustenance for times of quiet rest or unexpected need. Your primary, readily accessible energy reserve is in the form of glycogen. Think of glycogen as a beautifully intricate, branching sugar molecule, carefully constructed from the glucose you consume. It's like a cluster of tiny, sweet berries, gently packed away in your liver and muscles, waiting to be plucked when a quick burst of energy is needed. When your blood glucose levels begin their gentle descent, and the immediate fuel supply lessens, your liver, that wise reservoir manager we spoke of, begins its quiet work. It gracefully breaks down some of its stored glycogen, releasing glucose back into the bloodstream, a gentle offering to keep your energy river flowing steadily. This process is subtle, seamless, and completely automatic, ensuring that your cells, especially your brain, always have access to their preferred fuel, even between meals. It's like a quiet, internal dispenser, releasing its gentle sweetness precisely when needed, without any conscious effort on your part. But beyond these readily accessible glycogen stores lies an even vaster, more profound reservoir of energy, your fat cells, or adipose tissue. Imagine these fat cells not as mere storage containers, but as tiny, patient guardians, holding incredibly dense packets of long-term energy. Fat, you see, is the body's most efficient way to store energy. Gram for gram, it holds more than twice the energy of carbohydrates or proteins. It's like a vast, serene field of dormant seeds, capable of sprouting into vibrant energy whenever the need arises, promising sustained nourishment for much longer periods. When your body requires energy for extended periods, perhaps during times of fasting or prolonged activity, and your glycogen stores have been gently utilized, it gracefully turns to these fat reserves. The fat is then meticulously broken down into smaller components, which can be used by your cells for fuel. This process is slower than burning glucose. A more measured, sustained release of energy, like the slow, steady warmth emanating from a deeply burning ember. It ensures that even when immediate food is not available, your body possesses an incredible capacity to sustain itself. Tapping into these deep, enduring reserves, this inherent ability to store and utilize energy so efficiently is a testament to the evolutionary wisdom embedded within your very being. It is a legacy from a time when food was not always readily available, when periods of scarcity were a natural part of life's rhythm. Your body adapted with exquisite foresight, developing these remarkable storage mechanisms to ensure survival and continuity, a quiet promise whispered across generations. It's a profound reassurance, knowing that even when you are simply resting, your body is a magnificent, self-sustaining system, perfectly prepared for whatever comes. A general historical fact that highlights the quiet importance of fat reserves. For much of human history, the ability to store fat was crucial for survival, particularly in environments with unpredictable food supplies. It allowed humans to endure periods of famine and to fuel long migrations or demanding physical tasks when immediate nourishment was scarce. This biological capacity, now sometimes viewed differently in modern society, was once a cornerstone of human resilience and adaptive success. Here's a lesser-known detail about fat storage and its subtle communication. Adipose tissue fat is not just a passive storage depot, it's an active endocrine organ, meaning it produces hormones like leptin, which we gently considered earlier. So, your fat cells are not only holding on to energy, but they are also continuously communicating with your brain, quietly informing it about the status of your long-term energy reserves. This silent, ongoing dialogue helps your brain regulate your overall energy balance, subtly influencing your appetite and metabolism over extended periods. A deeper, more sustained whisper about your body's energy landscape. And for an ongoing academic debate, scientists are still actively researching the complex mechanisms by which the body determines when to shift from burning carbohydrates, glucose, glycogen, to burning fats for fuel, especially in varying physiological states like exercise, fasting, or specific dietary patterns. How does the body gracefully orchestrate this metabolic flexibility? And what are the precise signals that govern this profound shift in energy utilization? This intricate dance of fuel preference remains a fascinating area of study, revealing the subtle wisdom of our internal energy management. So, as you continue to drift, allow your mind to gently contemplate these vast, serene energy reserves within you. Feel the profound peace that comes from knowing your body is a masterpiece of foresight and self-sustenance, holding its silent promise of future nourishment. Let this understanding cradle your consciousness, like a warm, enveloping wave, as you gently surrender to the peaceful, restorative depths of slumber. Your body is perpetually cared for, deeply nourished from within, a timeless lullaby for your profound rest. You're at the very edge of wakefulness now, poised delicately between the gentle hum of the fading world and the profound quiet of approaching slumber. We have embarked on a remarkable journey together, exploring the deep, intricate science behind a sensation as fundamental as hunger. We began with that first, soft whisper from your belly, a gentle invitation to listen to your body's innate wisdom. Now, let's bring this wondrous exploration to a serene close, weaving together the profound act of nourishing yourself with the ultimate restoration found in sleep. Recall that initial sensation. Not a harsh demand, but a subtle shifting within, a delicate signal of your body's need for replenishment. We gently considered how your energy, that silent river within you, subtly flows, sustaining your every quiet process. We watched as your blood sugar, that small, graceful boat, gently dipped, sending out its tender signals from within your bloodstream, prompting the first quiet calls for nourishment. Then, we explored the invisible chemical messengers, the hormones like ghrelin and leptin and insulin, fluttering like delicate butterflies through your internal landscape. Each carried its unique message, orchestrating a continuous, silent dialogue with your brain, gently informing it about your energy status. These whispers converged in the wise, quiet garden of your hypothalamus, the central hub that meticulously listened to every signal, integrating them to form your complete perception of hunger. We paid gentle attention to your stomach, that quiet, empty room, as it softly told its story through subtle contractions, sending physical signals along the vagus nerve, reaffirming its readiness for sustenance. And we saw how hunger is more than just a biological need, intricately woven with the rich tapestry of your memories, the gentle melodies of your emotions, and the steady rhythm of your deeply ingrained habits, painting a unique personal landscape for this fundamental human experience. Your body's internal clock, that magnificent, silent pendulum, subtly guided the rhythm of your hunger, synchronizing your needs with the natural ebb and flow of your day, a beautiful dance between your inner world and the external light. And finally, we contemplated the vast, serene energy reserves held within you, the silent promise of future sustenance, tucked away in your liver and fat cells, ensuring that your body is always perfectly prepared, always deeply cared for. Now, as you stand at the very threshold of sleep, poised between the gentle understanding we've gathered and the profound rest that awaits, consider this the act of experiencing hunger, and then nourishing your body is a fundamental cycle of care, a continuous, gentle conversation with your magnificent self. Hunger is simply your body's exquisite wisdom, guiding you to provide it with the fuel it needs to continue its tireless, graceful work. It is a reminder that you are a living, breathing marvel, constantly adapting, constantly self-sustaining, and sleep, my friend, is the ultimate form of nourishment. It is not merely an absence of activity, but a profound, active state of restoration. Just as a plant draws in the quiet energy of the night to grow and repair, your body enters a deep, serene phase of self-renewal during slumber. Your cells gently mend themselves, your mind softly processes the day's gentle experiences, and your energy reserves are meticulously replenished, preparing you for the gentle unfolding of a new day. It is in this profound rest that your body, with its silent, inherent wisdom, fully recharges, making ready for the next cycle of gentle hunger and comforting satiety. Allow your mind to softly embrace this complete, beautiful cycle. The whispers of hunger, the dance of hormones, the wisdom of your brain, and the deep reserves within you are all part of a seamless, perfectly orchestrated symphony of life. And now, as you drift, let the profound comfort of knowing you are so perfectly, beautifully made wash over you like a warm, enveloping current. There is nothing left to do, nothing to seek. You are nourished, you are cared for, and you are ready for the deepest, most restorative sleep. Let go of any lingering thoughts, any subtle concerns, allowing them to float away like tiny, unseen bubbles. Feel the weight of your body softening, sinking deeper into the supportive surface beneath you, Breathe gently, deeply, allowing each exhale to carry away any remaining tension, and each inhale to draw in perfect peace. The quiet wisdom of your body, its tireless, gentle work, is now your lullaby, a soft, reassuring whisper guiding you into the profound, peaceful depths of slumber. Sleep now, knowing you are perfectly nourished, perfectly whole, perfectly at peace.